Okay, so I've made quite possibly, as I've already said, the most brain dead method of beating this stage. So if you don't beat it, you there's no chance that you don't beat it with this method. Like, I would be impressed. I would be impressed if you manage to fail with this. Okay, so first, your heroic Lord Roland, as we like to call him, Roland, he's going to be using, as you can see, Silver Gray Swordsman. Lots of damage on this arc. 40% for being a big enemy. Skills, uh, he's got defense max, magic defense max, just to help him tank. He's going to be in the front line. He's going to be taking most of the damage, so all of your units should be fine. Stone Slayer, obviously, you want to have Stone Slayer so that you can get the special boost combo for that 100% damage. Corrosion Fang, because you don't really have SCT support, so he's going to be auto attacking a lot, regular attacking a lot. You have Kagutsuchi, so you should have Light Drive. This is going to offer up a bunch of damage, 30%. Piercing, simply because at the end, when you really want to kill this thing, it's going to have a lot of defenses. So this is going to help you overcome some of those defenses. Sword boost, sword high boost, armor high boost, those are self-explanatory. More damage, take less damage. Sharp eyes, self-explanatory, lots of damage. Berserker, we have 2 supports, and they will surely be able to out-heal Berserker. It's going to be super easy. Zobius Blade, easy, light sword, 10% damage. The crit rate isn't important because we're not doing pursuits. Pumpkin Armor has some thunder resist, so it's gonna help you out with both its physical and magic damage, and it's gonna have another Allure stack. Sphere for Jewels has 10% Thunder Shield, and then it's gonna have the thunder damage taken minus 10%, so 20% altogether. Although I'm not quite sure how the math prioritizes those. And then Equilibrium Sphere, easy 15% damage. And you've got HP on your important stats. HP on all of your things except for your weapon. Alright, next, Esantheria. She's self-explanatory. She's going to give you Stone Shield. And she's got damage reduction on her S2. It's just like like, as you can see, I didn't even use 92 SC. She's only got 74, so you don't really need a lot. High Blazer, you have Panther Bang. You should be able to use this. It'll decrease the damage that the boss does to you. Menace Phaser increases your magic resist, so it's X-Radia at the end will be doing a lot less damage to you. Shadow Circle, so that Roland will be doing more damage. Shreds Light Resist. You want all of the MP that you can muster. Defense Max, will help your damage reduction mods be more effective. Arcane Up 1 and 2, more MP. Magellan Shield, 30% damage reduction depending on how far away you are from the enemy. Very good, very, very good for reducing that magic damage and those long range physical damages. Girls Party, just in case. You could put reject as well. I just didn't feel I just didn't feel like it. It works regardless. Rope boost, rope high boost, magic damage reduction, and it gives you more heals because of the extra mind. Miracle wand, you get more HP recovery and get more duration on your stat buffs. Or well, not just stat buffs, but duration of all of your buffs. She's not gonna die. This is kind of useless, but it gives 50 MP, so not really useless. Duration of buffs from active skills 15%. That's gonna help you out. So basically, you want to think about it like this: the more duration on a buff that you have, the less mana you have to spend for that buff's upkeep. So let's say you have a buff that lasts 30 seconds that costs 30 MP. Well, if you increase, let's theoretically increase that buff duration 100%. Well, now you've got that buff for 60 seconds at 30 MP. So you've effectively reduced the cost of that spell in half. Does that make sense? Okay, so you just think of it like this: the more buff duration you have, the less MP you're gonna use for those buffs. On to Sarah. She's got kind of a similar setup. High Drain, High Nemesis. It's kind of surprising that you actually have these three items: High Drain, High Nemesis, and High Blazer. But like, come on now, these are really obvious high value items that are just really great to have for high difficulty stages like this. So just don't forget that you have these things. High Drain will help Roland deal more damage at the end. High Nemesis will help Linus do more damage at the end. Weak, same. It's gonna help both Roland and Linus deal more damage because it's gonna shred light and earth resist. Thunder Circle. We had Shadow Circle on Theria. Now we have Thunder Circle on Sarah. Just splitting up the buffs so that they share the MP load. You don't want to have one unit. Well, you could technically have one unit carry all of the buffs, but then one is going to be much slower to apply all of those buffs, and two, your one unit is going to be using a lot more mana than if you were to split it up. Okay, so that aside, magic defense, same reason: more heals, less magic damage taken. Robe high boost. Robe, I think she has robe boost in her kit already, but yeah, so less magic damage taken, more heals. So that's how you want to think about mind. Here, I mean, it doesn't really matter what staff you put her on, give her, but if you have the regular Apocalypse, I forgot to check. Let me check if you actually have this, because I legitimately don't remember where this is. Apocalypse. Where is this? Oh yeah, March of Saints. So you should have at least a base version, which is still kind of useless. But what you really want is Banishment Robe, Star Reader Crystal, G Bracelet. These are very good. This gives a really high mind stat, and it reduces magic damage, and it gives you a little bit more recovery on your heals. Same here, Star Rooter Crystal reduces magic damage. We've already talked about increasing buff duration. So, with all that being said, we're going to actually hop into the floor 95 fight, and we're going to talk about the actual method in which you want to approach this fight. Because essentially, you're going to let your NPC, you're going to let your bots do most of the work for you, and oh, I forgot to go over Linneus's skills. Well, anyways, we can do that in game. First, you want to move Linneus all the way up here and move him a little bit close. Guborg can cast Lightning Gauge, and some of his other skills will actually hit you here. But so that's why I like to stand a little bit here, and then move closer whenever we actually want to actually end the fight. Well, anyways, we're gonna stop the match here, and then we'll go into the traits. So he's got Archon 1 Grenezon because it's legitimately the best. Well, yeah, it's such a great one. So if you've got, well, I checked, you do have Theopolis. You have Theopolis Haver, so good job. You're gonna want this maxed, and Fantasia Cape, you should be able to max this as well. Really good sources of massive amounts of damage. This is literally 60% damage just between these two items. We're using Linneus as a Sandworm Mage, Eternal Tree, Energy Stone Ring, good sources of damage. Not the best sources of damage, but it'll get the job done. We've got a little bit of healing on Eternal Tree, and Energy Stone Ring will be healing from Gaborg's magic as well. And yeah. So anyways, we want the full MP package. We got magic defense up max, just to reduce a little bit of that damage from Gaborg's magic. We want the full arcane package, just for a little bit more MP. The big thing you want is Stone Geyser. You want Magic Snipe. You have Mama Nap, so this is available to you. Special Boost. This is a good trifecta of items. Special Boost for mages. This is a great trifecta of items. Special Boost, Magic Snipe, and a Geyser. So always be looking out for that. Whenever you're building a mage, he's going to be using Earth Magic, so obviously we want Earth Boost and Earth High Boost. He's got this Magic Weak Point Boost. It's already naturally weak to Earth, so you don't have to worry about, even if you didn't bring Element Shreds, he should still be benefiting from this, but we want to be doing as much damage as possible, so we are bringing Element Shreds. Surprise Attack, easy 50% damage. I don't know what is going on. Easy 50% damage. Whenever you're behind Gaborg, that is why we are standing here, so that we activate that 50% damage. We want to be behind the boss. Alright, where were we? So we were at Surprise Attack. Beast Repellent, it's not that valuable here. We're gonna get hit regardless, but it's fine. Rope Boost, Rope High Boost, same reasons as discussed before. We're using Combo Master 1 and 2 because that's an easy 50% damage. Because with Sandworm, you're going to be doing a lot of hits, so it's just, it synergizes very well. And this is something I don't normally like to bring, but because you're having so much trouble finishing this, Divine Rights is absolutely necessary for you. This is like the freest 50% damage. The only drawback is that you have to wait 30 seconds before you actually start doing things. So once this pops, you're gonna have a lot of damage, especially if you position correctly. And I didn't think about this before, but it actually synergizes. It has a little bit of synergy with Superior Spirit Summon, simply because while you're waiting the 30 seconds, that's 30 seconds of SET that you're getting on your skill stocks. So you'll be able to pop a couple stocks once your Divine Rights is done. Zeroed them. We're near Gaborg for that 50% damage. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be closer than this to get the full 50%, but it's fine. As soon as the Divine Rights is over, we can start casting. We're just going to cast the Anima first, so that we just protect the party, and then we're going to start casting. I have Twin Cyclones on, but during the first part here, we're just not going to cast it. We're just going to preserve our MP. Just use Nether Tempest. It's the best damage per mana that you have right now. We're just going to keep our MP bar nice and healthy. Shred this boss down until we get to the part where Roland has to do his part. So just keep throwing out those Nether Tempests, and then you just notice how our health bars are not moving. Gaborg is doing his thing. Let me cancel that. Preserve that MP. X-Ray shot out. We got stunned. There he is. Okay. We're good. We're good. Let your bots do the heavy lifting. You don't have to think about it. You know, we're just waiting here, letting Roland do his thing until it gets to about, I think it's like 6 million, somewhere low. We're not even gonna switch to Roland. You could to make it go faster, but we're just gonna sit here and wait. We're just gonna let them do what they do. Theria, healing like she's supposed to. Oh, I don't think I went over the arcs that Theria and Sarah were doing, but you probably saw already. Great War of Ruin, simply because at the end we're going to have Sarah launch her ult, and it, like, quite honestly, it doesn't. You could probably run Theria with no arc. I'm just gonna do a little bit of fishing, see if I can deal damage to it. Alright, so I see that I can do damage to Gaborg. I'm going to reposition, get closer, make sure I'm behind. I'm going to launch Great War of Ruin. I'm going to launch Elsharia. We're going to get that extra bit of damage. Just taking it nice and easy, nice and slow. I could also, go ahead and launch an element circle. Just to ensure that we absolutely demolish this thing. and it's doing Valorizer, but that's okay. Well, we have plenty of time to kill this thing. And it's launched in Xero. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit annoying, but literally this is your worst case scenario, and we are doing okay. It's at like 1,600,000 health HP. Twin Cyclone. Gonna launch another. You could also launch a Field Fender. That'll give you a little bit more extra damage as well. Field Fender. That should be the last. And there you go. An easy clear. Alright, well, good luck.